Are you feeling in life now, probably more than any other time in your life, that what you really want, what you crave, what you yearn for is genuine connection, to feel as though you are in relationships that get you, that read you accurately, that you get and that you connect with and really understand and read well, so you don't have to argue it out and discuss it ad nauseum and box it out? Are you really yearning for and are you ready for relationships and a sense of connection that leaves you feeling welcomed and received and wanted? Well, that is the number one desire of most people on this planet. We are hardwired to want that, even though we've been told that's not human nature and we're all selfish and defensive. And that is human response to trauma. That is not the way we're designed. And to read yourself and read others accurately will take you to that higher connection, that ability to really see on every level, both outwardly and intuitively, energetically, what's really going on, so we can have what we call vibrational matches and find our people, find our place with our people. My name's Sonia Choquette. Today I'm going to be talking about how to create relationships, especially, and this is a priority that I've noticed, especially as people get more mature, that when we're younger, we're still idealistic and we want romance and adventure and we want the unknown. And not that we want to totally give up on those, but our priorities deepen and they evolve. And our sense of what matters comes to become more clear, that genuinely happy, healthy, authentic relationships is the real gold of life. And that's what we're going to work on today. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you and I hope you enjoy these tools I'm going to share, and how to read others accurately and how to read yourself with others and engage with others in a way that really is harmonious, so that you can relax, feeling like I got people and relationships that have got my back, and vice versa. If you're coming back, welcome back, and let's get on to how to read people accurately so that our relationships satisfy us. Now, of course, it goes without saying, and I've already talked about this in previous videos, set this up, that we have to start by reading ourselves accurately. We want to be authentic and grounded and honest about what we expect from ourselves and what we bring energetically to relationships. We can't have healthy, fulfilling relationships from a broken, needy ego, because that self, no one else can take care of. That's just the sad fact. Even if someone shows up and tries to, you will probably rebel and call them controlling. I had a woman client who was so wanted someone to take care of her, and she found a guy who was more than willing. He was so nice. He was a fireman. He was wired to rescue, and showed up, move in with me, I'll take care of you. You can just live with me. At first, she thought she hit the lottery of relationships. Such a nice guy. But 3 months into it, he's controlling everything. He's telling me where to go, what to do, what to eat, when to go to bed. It's like I'm a 3-year-old. Can't stand him. And hightailed it out of there. So that fantasy we can learn from isn't really what we want. What we want is to be in mutually satisfying, mutually grounded, present, heart to heart, soul to soul, and outwardly responsible to responsible adult connection. So we start there. Are you in your inner adult? Which means, are you willing to say, I came here to create this life. I take responsibility for it. And I'm going to create something beautiful. I have created, but maybe not as beautiful as I would like. But now I am aware of my energy, and I'm going to direct it to things that are beautiful and make me happy, so no one else has to do that job for me. That would be the beginning of creating a 5D relationship. It's like, I will show up happy, and I will connect and attract people who are doing the same for themselves. Big, big, different from 3D, codependent, rescue, power struggles. And basically, we don't get each other controlling scenarios. The next thing is that we have to be clear about what our motivations are. What are your motivations in relationship? Just be clear. Do you want people to support your creativity? That's one type of relationship. Do you want people who will just go have fun with you and go dancing? That's a different type of relationship. Do you want people who will have deep conversations with you? It's yet another. You can have them all, but just know what you're seeking, because often we enter relationships thinking others read our minds, and when they don't, we feel so appalled and ripped off. People don't read our minds. You know what that is? That is your inner child thinking everybody's the inner adult who's supposed to take care of you. Now, you be your inner adult, and you're not going to step into that expecting people to read your mind. It's your soul's priority and responsibility to communicate what it is you'd like to create and see if they're available. So that's a big assignment just there. Just here's the thing. Start writing down. If I had 5 ideal relationships that serve different purposes, playmate, soul companion, someone who I could do stuff with, have adventures, what kinds of qualities would they possess? And see, just write it down. Do this really grounded. This is using your objective left brain, being grounded, being practical, being adult, not making assumptions, not thinking people read your mind, even though you might be an empath who reads everyone else's mind. Write it down, and then first, before you go to the world, do you have that? Are you willing to bring that to the relationship? Because relationships are what's happening between people, not the person. So if you have a playful energy, you're going to be matched with the playful energy. If you have a dynamic that's curious and creative, you're going to be matched with that. If you're negative and judgmental, you're going to be matched with that. So first, take a check at what's happening with you. Then, be clear about what you want and start checking. Again, use discernment. Where are these people? Where are they? Someone said, where are all the good people at? Where are all the adults? And I said, they're out doing things they love. Where are you? So you got to get out and do things you love too. I have one client who's 70, and she spent the last week hosting her grandchildren in Paris, taking them around. They were young adults. They were older teenagers, but she treated them like young adults, certainly like full people. They went to museums. They went to fancy restaurants. They went and listened to some music. And while she was out and about, she met a lovely guy by himself, and he said, so nice to meet you. He was just having dinner alone, and she said, I'm entertaining my grandchildren. We're enjoying Paris. And she just very spontaneously said, would you like to join us? And he very spontaneously said, well, I am just on my bucket list of being here in Paris to have a good time. I never have, but I'm by myself. If it doesn't impose, I'd love to. So he joined them, and everybody had such a great time because he was an adventurer as well. I don't know where the relationship will evolve, but for that week, last week, she had a great time. She said, I never expected that in a million years, but I never expected me to be that person to invite someone so spontaneously. I wasn't needy. My cup was full. I was having a great life and happy to share it. So that's another thing to check on. I don't want to overload you about how to create healthy, happy relationships, but read your own energy, motivations, and intentions. Check in. Be interested. Use your senses. She noticed the guy sitting next to her and smiled at him. He was a lovely-looking gentleman. Everything about his appearance really resonated as someone kind, someone gentle. She read him accurately. In extending that invitation, there was no risk. She had no agenda. She was full. She could welcome him and not need anything from him is another big key. So the more you're present to your own energy, the better. The more aware of what it is you want and are you taking care of that yourself, the better. And baby steps. It doesn't have to be when I get all my ducks in a row. Just move in that direction. That and your energy changes, and what you're broadcasting and what other people are reading changes. It's a beautiful shift. It's a subtle shift that brings about incredibly beautiful results. So, never too late. How you relate is how you relate. Read your own energy accurately by being present in your body and clear about your mindset and motivations. And then be available and discerning about what's happening around you, and notice. If it's a vibrational match, you'll feel it. If it isn't, don't deny it. Don't try to make the shoe fit. You don't have to. Go with what feels good and leave the rest. So you try that this week. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to be working on this for some time, because these are the skills of creating a fifth dimension life, fifth dimension relationships, which mean happy, heart-centered, grounded, empowered, available, and connected. Feeling really loved and in the flow. That's my message for today. Please come back. If you haven't subscribed, I hope I see you again. Tell your friends, because we all want to level up together. See you next week. All my love.